Hello everyone! Welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I've got 2 more orders to do. These should be fun because they're a little different than what I've been doing. This is for Radana. This one is for Misty. She wants the chest in a sparkling black. So to me, that sounds like black pigment paste with like a crushed crystal added, but I'm gonna go with Magnolia Shimmer and try this from Laura's Art Corner. So I didn't want to go with a mica powder because I don't think that that's what she was wanting. She wanted really super like shiny, and to me shiny means pigment paste. She wants the drawers, the 3 drawers in 3 different blues, from medium or light, medium, dark. Definitely blue, not a version of blue, not a purple blue, not, you know, a black blue, so blues. And this is what I came up with. 2 from Rolio, Azure, and Blue Dragonfly for your medium and the light. And then the dark blue, I just got this one, Deep Blue Hyacinth. That one is gorgeous, Laura's Art Corner. She wants the tray in a rose pink, but transparent. So I'm going to try this one, Crushed Berry. This is from that new T-Rex alcohol ink set that I got in Happy Mail, which seems to be pretty good. Hopefully the pink will stay pink. We don't want the pink turning any other color. This one for Radana is going to be poured in clear. However, she wants the rose portion painted in yellow. I'm going to use Sunny, even though it's a little darker than normal, but because we're filling it with, we're darker than what she wanted, we're filling it with clear, it's going to lighten that up a lot. She wants a little bit, a tiny little bit of pink on the tips, so I pulled out the Rose by Diana Pores, and she wants this one, Lawn Green by Let's Resin, for the greenery. Then the rest will be poured in clear. Hopefully that works. So actually I'm going to flip these over. We can start painting. Oh, I got some Happy Mail real quick. Let me grab that. This is from Laura and the Littles, which is Avery and Adina. And it says, so I was thinking that if Let's Resin can't make a non-sticky resin for Dawn yet, that this may help in the meantime. And she sent an automatic hand washer. We should just fill this with alcohol. You know how easy that would be? Thank you, Laura and Littles. That was so sweet of you. It's so funny. Laura gave me some dandelion seeds when she was here last July to plant because I want to do a dandelion thing. Well, I planted the seeds. So far, the greens have grown. Not one dandelion has popped up, you guys. Not one. Not even one. It's crazy. I'm like, I can't even grow a weed. Isn't that nuts? It's not outside. It's in my pool cage, so it's not going to get all over my lawn because we don't have dandelions where I live for some strange reason. And I know they're not all weed because you can eat them. I got all that story the last time, but to me, we don't want them in our yard, so I'm calling them weeds. I think I'm just going to start brushing this on. And again, these are going to lighten up quite a bit under clear resin, so I hope she's happy with the outcome. It's not going to be really bright, so let's just pop you in a little fast forward so I can pay attention, not try to talk while I'm working here. I will clean it all up with some cotton swabs and some alcohol, and hopefully we will get exactly what she's looking for.
Glitz and glitter.
I think I got it pretty good. I got it cleaned up pretty nice. So I put some pink on the tips, not too much, and then the yellow and the green. I don't see anything inside. So let's mix up. This one holds 7. This one holds 5 total. I'm going to put everything in the pressure pot. So we're going to do this without a vacuum chamber. Since I just got the dispenser, let's try to use that again. So it comes out to approximately 350 milliliters because I can't do ounces on the dispenser because it's by weight, and Let's Resin is by volume. So volume would be milliliters. So let's get over there and see if I can remember how to do this from yesterday. I unplugged the little air port on the bottles of resin that are on the floor. Let me turn it on, press and hold the button. I'm going to stick it on and tare it because it's weighing it, but I have it under milliliter, so it kept my last pour from yesterday. So just hit tare to put it 0. I'm going to do 350 milliliters, 1-to-1 resin. Let's tare that again, and all you got to do is press, make sure it's underneath your nozzles, and press start.
Glue and gems, they're my magic spell, turning the ordinary into something to tell. Glitz and gold with a stroke of flair. Diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell, turning the ordinary into something to tell. Glitz and glitter, lighting up the night.
I do like that machine. It's very, very precise. Hands-free. You don't have to be picking up those heavy bottles, so it is pretty cool if it's in your budget. I do like it. It's worked perfectly 2 times so far. I think it's mixed up too. I did it for 5 minutes. So that should be good. So I've already got, oh, I see a little there that I just scraped off here that's not mixed. So let me get that mixed. I put the 3 mica powders in a tiny little cup. I'm just going to dissolve that with 99% alcohol so I don't have any unmixed in there. I don't know which is which as far as drawers go, so I hope that's not a problem. They didn't say what order. I don't know what order they are actually. I can't tell from looking at them from above. I would need to see them unmolded. So I'm just going to, I'm going to do these first while I have clear, because if I need a little bit more, I don't want to do this like last. I want to make sure I have all my colors good to go, and then a little bit I'll do for the pink. So let's just, I'm going to do light, medium, dark. And there's little knobs in there that I need to pay attention to, because they can keep that bubble in the pressure pot. I didn't check them yesterday, was it? And nothing came. I couldn't believe that there was no bubble in there because I didn't do anything to stop it from happening. But today I will. Watch. I'll do it today and I'll probably get a bubble. Wouldn't that stink? I really totally don't want to do that, but I'll have to fix it somehow. You know what? I'm just going to spritz it with, again, 99% alcohol. I'm going to pour it in there and try to squish it into those little knobs. And if I need more, now's the time for me to mix it before. Oh, and I pulled out my little butterfly because I don't have examples of these 3 colors on my bottles. So I'm going to do that too today while I have these 3 mixed. So let's just get a little bit of color into these. There's only like 2 drops is all I need. And this one is, I'll have to remember what order, the light one. And I'm just going to glue it right to the mica powder bottle. That way when I am picking colors, it would have been nice to know if this was actually as light as the powder is. Whoops, wrong side. Look at that, I almost got it perfect, but I need just a drip more. How funny. See, that's why I do it this way. Don't get rid of all your clear before you don't need to. And these are going to go on the bottom shelf. I've already I cut my one mold, my rose jar base mold, because it was done in a square mold housing. And it didn't fit perfectly in my pressure pot with this chest mold, so I just cut the edges off of that base mold. And now it fits. It was just extra silicone anyway. Okay, let me move that out of the way. We'll do the medium, which doesn't look like it takes too much. I don't have a ton, but I think I'll pour the clear next, and then I'll be able to use the rest in the black, because I could turn anything black, so I'm going to save black for last. You don't have to put it through a vacuum chamber or a bubble remover if you are using a pressure pot. That will take care of it for you. Same thing with this. I'm going to fill it up, get those little handles. Oh, I want to do this. This one is going to be the medium. I'm just going to squish this into the handles, hopefully. Oh, see, there was a bubble in that one. I saw it come out. Built-in knobs on this little thing. Oh, and by the way, I know you're seeing this 2 weeks after it happened, but I was notified that that's too high. The cross mold that was discontinued by Into Resin is back for sale in their store. So you guys can order directly from them if you want the mold. I think it's $151 or $152 for that mold, but they did get the original fixed. And now they have it back for sale. That's exciting. I know you guys were wanting that really bad. So it's back. That's good. Good, good, good. And this one is a little bit more than the rest. Let's just get this. That is a really pretty blue. Really, really pretty. Let me get it dripped into my butterfly. My 2 drip mold. Well, I'm lying. This one took 3. All right. Let's get this one. Fill that up so I can make sure the resin is in there already. I just need to make sure the bubble comes out. There it is. Just saw it. There's a bubble right there. So that should be coated. If I have a bubble in there, I will be shocked. But sometimes things happen. Just a tiny little bit in that. Okay. Good to go. Let's do the pink. Oh, there's 2 cups here. I don't need 2 cups. There's 3 cups here. Let's do the pink, and that's for this one. She wants it transparent. She really wanted a rose pink in mica powder till she realized you couldn't see the facets. So this is kind of as close as I can get to a rose. 1 drop of that. Look at that. That didn't take very much. Let's see if I want to add another drop or not. And this better stay pink or I'm going to be making another one. I'm going to try another drop. It's called Crushed Berry. Looked a little less bright than the other pink in that box, which is called Radiant Pink. I think that's good. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Let me just spritz down in there so the alcohol can switch places with the resin when it goes down into something like that. Look at that. I guess so good today. If you get this one perfect, there's hardly any trim because you really don't want to be trimming this one. It's an upside down mold. And you will see if you need to trim a lot. So far, I've been good with just a little nail file at an angle. And it's been good. So that one's gone. Gone, gone, gone. Okay. I'm going to move that out of the way. I did not make a pink butterfly. Do I need a pink butterfly? That's the question. Maybe I'll make one. What's 2 drops out of there, right? Let me just pull a couple drips. Make me a pink butterfly. There we go. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here now? Oh, I'm going to do the clear first. Make sure this rose jar gets filled up. And then I will do the rest in the black and the sparkle. I just want to make sure I don't run out of the clear. So let's see. I can't spritz that one because of the powder. But I am going to coat it the best that I can. There's not too much rushing because I don't need to use the vacuum chamber, so that's about 5 minutes that I have to take my time with this one that I wouldn't normally have if you need to vacuum chamber it. I did order a second pressure pot. It should be here today, actually, if Amazon's on time. You know what? I'm going to use my tiny little baby scooper that AJ made me. Here's the little bubble wand. Let's use the baby one. And you still want to get those bubbles out from underneath here. Still got to do that, or they can cure as a bubble in your pressure pot. It's not a magic device. You still have to take some precautions. See that bubble that just came out right there? Right here. What is that? It must have been a bubble because I don't see it. So this is full. Now I don't remember if it was going on the top or the bottom. It's so pretty. I'm going to spritz those bubbles off. I'm going to pour the bottom. Let me move this onto the vacuum chamber or the pressure pot. I'm going to just fill this one up. This is the one I chopped all the edges off because it was a square shape and it was a little too big. It shouldn't hurt anything. I made this one anyway, so I do want to save a little bit. I'm just going to go around here since I didn't roll it around and just kind of release those bubbles if there are any, so the pressure pot can squeeze them for me. This is going to go on the top shelf, but I do want to save a little bit of that clear before I turn it all black because it's not domed quite yet. So I do want to save a little bit. And if I need more, what we got there? Yeah, that should be plenty for that one. Let me move this, and then I want to, oh, that's pigment paste, that's right. So we need to be really, really careful to mix it really, really good. I haven't used this one yet. That's why I pulled it out. I have so many different black ones. It's time to give Rolios a try. Make sure you mix your pigment paste very good before you put them in. Get it nice and smooth. If it's really like thick and you can't stir it because it's cold wherever you live, just put it in like a warm water bath for a few minutes and then stir it. Let's go with that, whatever's on my stick. And that should do it. And then I'm going to add that crystal to it. And the crystal will most likely fall because it's heavy. Let me move this and get most of this off. I'm not going to keep stirring with that. I do want to get something else. Let's stir it with this one and stir like really, really, really good, or it will fall, not cure on the front of your piece. It's very frustrating. I've done it many times. Not on purpose, obviously, but when you think you stirred enough, I'd say stir it again. Let me get some of this in there while I'm stirring so hard. I don't want a lot. Let's just do a little bit. Because she wanted sparkle, yet she wanted black. I mean, the facets are going to sparkle themselves. So I don't even know if you're going to see this because the facets will be sparkling. And I think this jet black pigment paste is all you're going to need for that. But let's just do one more little scoop, and that's going to be it because I don't want it to take over the front when it does sink. And I guess you could put glue in it, but let's see what happens. I could always make it again, but I'm just kind of interested to see what we get. Then I'm going to put it in the pressure pot, fill it with 40 pounds of pressure, and I'm going to leave it in there for about 5 to 7 hours. We should be able to demold after 7 hours, but it won't be fully cured. It'll be soft. If you want to, you could put it on your heat mat for a couple hours before you do that. Just make sure everything is cooled down. I'm stirring and stirring and stirring, but that, I don't know if you can see it, but there is beautiful crystals all through there. So let's see. I have 3 written on here because yesterday I made way too much. But I'm pretty sure it's 3. And I think I'm going to kind of coat it again because they have some gems sticking out the sides. I want to make sure that they get full, and I don't know the placement of them to go poking around in there. They've always filled every time I've ever made it all by themselves. They've never needed help before. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for right here. I'm going to go ahead and move everything to the pressure pot, fill it up. I don't need a black thing. And then if there's any left, we'll make something with the extras. Everything is ready to unmold. Before I do that, I need to make a correction. I made the correction on yesterday's video of the dispenser, but I had to go back and do that just a few minutes ago in filming this one. So I made the correction there, and I'm making the correction here. When I say ounces and milliliters on the dispenser, Let's Resin assured me that if we are used to doing ounces like I am, say I want to do 12 ounces of resin, if we put the dispenser on the ounce portion and not milliliters, we don't have to do the milliliters if we're used to the ounces. It has been calculated to do the ounces by volume. So that was great information. So I do want to make that correction because I did not know that until just a few minutes ago. So I went back, made the correction yesterday, and then I'm making the correction now for both of them. So going forward, tomorrow we're going to do the ounces and see. I'm sure it works. Of course it's going to work. I mean, it's pretty big investment for it not to work, so I'm not too worried about that. So great information. Thank you, Let's Resin. I'm sorry I made that mistake. It was not clear, but it is clear now. And I kind of thought that that was a little strange because Let's Resin does theirs by volume, but I didn't know if they were like incorporating everybody. So good information. Okay, anyway, I pulled out the little butterflies and I glued them onto the bottom of these. So all of these are really similar, which is good to know because they look exactly like the powder in there. So I'm very glad about that. And I also put the one on the pink. I just glued it on there now. So I don't have any finishing work to do. So let's just get these out and see. Ooh, this one's a little soft. I thought, well, this is the thinnest one. So there is the pink. And it's going to be this way, so I do have to take that edge down. And let's get these little guys out. You know what? Let me grab some gloves Before I move on, I have another announcement to make. I think I already told you this is the cross box that is back in stock. So I said earlier that they put the mold to this one. This is one I just did today. But this mold is back. It is no longer discontinued, I guess. This, from what it sounds like, this little butterfly had some scratches on it. They were able to repair them and start making the mold again. So if you want this mold, this is the one I was speaking about. It's got the engraved words on it, the 3-dimensional butterflies. So that's that information just in case you want to order the mold. I know a lot of people were ordering castings, but you don't have to order a casting from me if you don't want to now, but you can if you want to, but the mold is available. So let's get these out. I don't see a bubble underneath. This one is this one, the light, the blue dragonfly. Cute. I gotta just let it firm up before I go too crazy messing around with these little handles because they are still a little warm. Oh, these are little card. That's a diamond and that is a heart. It's just not in your face like the other one that I bought was. I don't mind these because you can't really tell. I'm gonna do this really carefully so they don't break off. I thought it was completely done because it is cold, but I guess I didn't give it like a ton time on the heat mats. So this one is the azure, really pretty, no bubbles, really pretty. And this one is the deep blue hyacinth. Okay, no bubbles under there, so all that digging with my little tool, as long as I can keep them on there when I demold it, we're good to go. There we go. So we got light, medium, and dark. I'm just trying to be careful. So we'll put those in. That is super gorgeous color. Really gorgeous color. And then let's get this one out in the black. Let's see what the sparkle did. That I do not know. Pull that little piece out between his arm. I just didn't want to touch the inside of this mold with my fingers and get a dull spot on there. Come on. Let's get you out. Let's get you out. Come on. I'm trying to be very careful. The suction on these things, so hard. Okay, there we go. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we can see the sparkle. Look up in there. You can see the glitter. It didn't overtake it. It's perfect. So these are the pieces I wanted to get in, and they are all filled perfectly. That is so cute. The only thing I have to do is shave a little bit of the back down. Let's see what these look like. How cute is that? A new color scheme that we haven't seen yet. And there is the tray. Not bad. It is so sparkly. I love it. That is so cute. Let me move this stuff and let's get this one out. I think I got one piece of glitter in there. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't think we're ever gonna see it. No. Well, it's right there. I'll have to let her know about that. That's just my signature right there. I signed it. But there's the bottom. Super sparkling. Super duper sparkling. I don't see any bubbles. Everything is perfect. Not one bubble in sight. Let's see what this one looks like. Did I go around this with the bubble wand? I think I did, but I don't know if I did. I don't remember, but there's no bubbles, so that's good. Let's see how the color. Now this was a matte. The middle is matte. That is pretty. So it's got the pink on the petals, the yellow flower. Oh, I hope she likes it. I think it looks good. Really pretty. So this part is matte on the mold and the rest is shiny. So keep that in mind if you get the mold. Whoops. Thank God it doesn't break when you drop things like that. Oh, I love it. I hope you like it, Radana. Really pretty. Well, guys, I can't believe I don't have any extra work to do today. That is crazy. But a nice little break for me anyway. All right, well, I'm going to prep for tomorrow. I'm going to get you some pictures, and I hope I see you then. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle's story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Ooh, 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 ooh. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of